I think that's bad? Seriously, if you hit him hard enough, you can play a song. I don't even know what that's from.
I think that was Tetris.
Isn't that what you get when you cut yourself with something rusty?
Nope, that's rabies.
Actually, Dad, you contract rabies when you're bitten by an animal with the disease.
Silly Gohan. Animals don't eat people. People eat animals. Silly Gohan.
Hey everybody, it's JRR, and yeah, guess what? We get a rant today. Yay us! Rant! I've actually thought about what to rant upon, and I came up with one that really needs some attention. Because I'm starting to wonder if video game companies have just lost their mind. I know I've talked about consistency and all that, but we're going to go over today video game sequels. Sequels, yes. Those dreaded things. Usually a video game sequel does one of three things. The first, it'll be pretty much identical to the first game, just different backdrops. The second, it'll seem to be a complete rewrite, just completely blows the frickin' prior one out the water and seems confused. And the third option is just, well, third option is usually the odd one. Let me give you all examples on each one, then you'll understand where I'm going with this. The first one. The first option that I came up with for these sequels, where it seems to be just, I don't know, like they're smoking something. It's like, hey, we're making the exact same game, it's just looking different. Sonic. Sonic 2. Sonic 3. Mega Man. Mega Man 2. 3. 4. 5. Dead or Alive. 2. 3. Street Fighter. Street Fighter 2. 2 Turbo. Super 2 Turbo. Super 2 Turbo Champion Edition. Super 2 Turbo X Squared Champion Edition Prime Fen Fu Kung Fu Ri Ka New Warriors. Then we got Street Fighter Alpha. Then Street Fighter Alpha 2. You get the idea. Most of these are pretty much remaking the same game over and over with new splashes of paint, new graphics updates, and usually it's a trick added, or 2 tricks, or 3 tricks, depending on how far the game's going to go. Usually a different change in what the character can do. This isn't so bad usually. Because you play the game, you go through the new changes and all that, and you're kind of hoping that some other change will pop up that you'll be like, dude, that's awesome. So that's not so bad. Option 2, the complete rewrite. The best example of this I can think of, it's not really a complete rewrite, but the best example of this happens to be Final Fantasy X. Final Fantasy X2. Now, Final Fantasy in general is a complete rewrite. I mean, you go from Final Fantasy to Final Fantasy 2, 3, 4. None of those suckers ever sync up to anything. I mean, it was a transform maybe all. Which doesn't help anything. But what I was meaning by a complete rewrite, usually in the Final Fantasy series are the biggest ones to do it. Final Fantasy X and Final Fantasy X2 gives a little leeway on this because it's mainly a major character overhaul. For those of you who don't quite understand or sit there and look at it and think nothing of it, I'll break this down in WoW terms because it's easy to put it that way. Yuna starts off in Final Fantasy X as a summoner. So she's pretty much a priest with a warlock's pet in WoW terms. That's about what she is, in a nutshell. That's what she is in Final Fantasy X. Okay? That's Yuna. Riku is still the rogue. And of course you have a buttload of other people, which range from fighters to mages. 2 more fighters. Anyway, while we are considering this, Final Fantasy X2 changes the priest with the warlock pet. Well, the warlock pet goes bye-bye, and she goes from priest to hunter, or hunter rogue, I should say. She pretty much does a whole reclass. This was okay for the story, I guess. I mean, people can reclass themselves, and I don't know. I guess it was supposed to help with the story. Because apparently they go by dress sphere, so she can still go back to being her little healer self, as that's what you're used to. So I suppose it added up. I suppose. However, we're going to go to option 3. Option 3 was one that blew my mind. Option 3 really messes with people's heads. Option 3 is the major. It's not a big time overhaul, it's more like a gameplay what the fuckism overhaul. What do I mean by this? Okay, like I just said, for Final Fantasy X and Final Fantasy X2, there's enough of a change where people enjoyed it, and I'll admit it wasn't as bad as I thought it'd be. I mean, I thought it'd be just like, oh, we're going to do the same crap again, but this time we're trying to save Titus instead of Yuna. What the fuck can do? No, actually went a little different, so I was okay with that. Well, I mean, for this option 3, mostly in Xenosaga. Now, option 1 is like Halo, Sonic, Gears of War, things like that, where you get new tricks, and it's minor, and it's okay. It's a new game, and you get to play with the new tricks and new abilities, new weapons, new paint, new graphics, etc. You get all that. In the second one, you're not expecting anything major. You're hoping for nothing major. But they already rewrote stuff. As long as they don't rewrite everything in the game, you pretty much can swing through it. But on option 3, it becomes a major rewrite. And the reason why I say this is because Xenosaga was known for it. Xenosaga was really, really known for it. You got Xenosaga 1. And you go up, pretty much the ending thing is you go up to some macabre whatever place and you bring it down. You just whoop the shit out of it. Die! So, hey, no problem, right? You go up there, you wipe it out. Now, when we get to part 2, Xenosaga 2, the gameplay completely changes. Just completely. Oh, it's still a roleplay game. Still an RPG. So, it's still there. It's still an RPG. But it has this feel of what the fuck did y'all do to the controls and why? I mean, it wasn't a little adjustment. It wasn't just a little. It wasn't little. Not a little. Not a little. Oh, we're just gonna update this. No! It's like, boom! Here you go. Have fun figuring this shit out. And you're sitting there going through this going, okay, we're back at level, okay, I can do this. I got it. I can deal. I'm good. I got it. So you go through, and they bring up issues from the first game, and you would think nothing of this, especially at level, I don't know, 3. So you're at level 3 to 5, maybe 1, depending on who you got with you. and they're going, oh, you brought down the Holy Temple Makala, whatever. Or you brought down a mobile fortress. I'm level 1, and I brought down a mobile fortress. Let's take a look at that one, shall we? Let's just step back. Level 1 and brought down a mobile fortress. How? Of course, while I was playing part 2, most people understood, well, they didn't understand at the time, but they heard my complaint. And I'm just sitting there going, what the fuck? I'm level 1 to level 5, and I brought down a mobile fortress, which means anybody here could have brought down a mobile fortress, because they're like fucking epic level compared to me. And apparently within 6 months, characters lose their fucking mind. This is across the board, by the way. I'm going to apply this as option 3 across the board. People lose their fucking mind if it's 3 months or longer. Why do I say this? Ooh. Especially for games that have memory card. This gets interesting. Final Fantasy X to Final Fantasy X2. Even if you have information on the memory card from Final Fantasy X, you still come back at level 1. Mega Man. Even if you have the passcodes from the other Mega Man games, and you're playing, say, Mega Man 9, yeah, those passcodes don't hold shit. Okay, I'm sorry, Mega Man 8. We'll back it up to the last one that actually had a passcode. Mega Man 8. Even if you put the code in from, say, 7, when you beat the game and you had stuff left over and you had a bunch of weaponry, apparently you just go in there and boop, 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 clear. That's what you honestly do. Why? Why would you do that? I don't know. It's asinine in my opinion, but that's just me. Well, we don't want to make the new people feel left out. Well, that's fine that you don't want them to feel left out, but what about your other guys that have been playing this game for like ever? You help them out. I shaved recently, so it's a little itchy here. Why I say help out a little bit, I'm not saying it's going, well, it will make the game supremely easier, but let's think about this for a minute. If it's 3 months, if it's 3 months, and the character forgets everything they learned in 3 months, 3 months. So that means if you have like 18 healing spells, you forgot all 18 of them. There's a problem here. There's a major issue with this. I understand that's supposed to make the game easier. I mean, make the game more of a challenge. Okay, I understand that. I understand you're trying to make it a challenge. But at the same time, you are causing, again, inconsistency. Because people tend to forget. Now, with this being mathematically put, Final Fantasy, I think it's 6, the American 3, but the Japanese 6, with Bach, Celeste, Terra, and all of them, there was a gap of about a year where the blonde girl was unconscious. Yet she retained all her skills. Meanwhile, Terra, over the year, she retained her skills, she just had no power to back it up. I can understand losing the power part. I can understand that. But when you break it down, if characters are forgetting stuff within 3 months, then why... There should be more of a bonus to have played and beat a prior game to the new game. There should be a bonus to it. There really should. I mean, some sort of bonus besides, oh, you get a swimsuit for this character, or you get a weapon for this character, or something like that. Parasite Eve 2, good example. If you beat Parasite Eve 1, you can go back through and build up weapons and armor. Build a 1 weapon, 1 armor, and just... Me, I was one of those evil people that built up the special gun as soon as I got it. It's like, oh, I got this? I'm keeping this. And I'll play through as much as I can to turn this into this motherfucker at rocket launcher range. And yeah, that gun was fun. That's level 1 luster. Yeah, my gun by itself is like level 70. Fuck you. Oh look, you're all on the line. Went through the freaking bosses. Like, oh look, boss. Next. 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 And all I needed was the different ammo. That was it. Because that gun was solid. It didn't give a fuck. Different ammo came out there. Screw you, you stupid bug. Now, keep that in mind. Apparently, she turned her shit in and got it destroyed. As part 2, even if you have the save data, you don't get your nice little gun of doom or your body armor of perpetual I will not be movedness. No, you get to start from scratch. Again, I understand it's supposed to let you feel the difficulty of the game. Understandable. I get that. But then again, it's very inconsistent. What do you do? Break down the first gun and steal the parts? I mean, seriously. I mean, I played a little bit of the second game, I'm just like, I lost some really freaking good equipment. Okay, I'll go ahead and beat this game, then go back to the first one and continue working it up. I mean, might as well, shit. It's not going anywhere. So, I just wanted to bring that up. That game sequels, it's a little odd. It's one of those interesting places. And I wanted this as a little discussion topic for you guys. So, again, y'all can talk about it with your brother, sister, cousin, monkeys. Cats, dogs, frogs, logs, bogs, rogs, hogs, logs, mogs, dogs, and the fog that turns people inside out. No, wait, that's on Simpsons. Okay, I've been up a little too long for this. But this is a discussion topic. Y'all can put it down in the comments, send me inboxes, whatever. What do y'all think about video game sequels? You've heard my comments on it. Now I would like to hear yours. Actually, I forgot to say something, and my brain just kind of it just. I was trying to say goodnight, and then my brain just shut down. I've been up just a little too long. So, good night, everybody. And please, if you're not discussing it, at least discuss it with somebody. It's a little topic that I want people to think about. Okay? Later.